y'all, it's your girl Alaizah. Let me talk to y'all.
The world getting crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, well, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate. Separate, segregate, don't celebrate quite yet. The storm is coming, cue for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate, instigate and penetrate. The values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate through fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on these streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour and troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, but chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, oh, we just accept it. Expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, lion not a sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I'll pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now. We need you now. We need you now. One day, one day, one day. Oh, one day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
Amen. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Preach it, brother, and preach it, sister. We need you now, God. This whole entire world, but especially America, it definitely needs God. Definitely. Because America has certainly pushed God right on out. And it's not with the things that people says that has pushed God away. It's not with the trans or the gay or lesbian or any of the LGBT community, or it's not any of the performance arts of drag queens just performing harmless shows. Sorry, I had to stop the music. Only wanted to play one song, not my whole playlist. But anyways, as I was saying, it's not anything other than the fact of, in my opinion, all the wrong things that are truly wrong, such as all the hate and all of the gun violence and all of the division, all the racism. By the way, happy Juneteenth to all my African American brothers and sisters in the Lord's blood. You deserve this day of recognition more than anyone that I could ever think of in this world that deserves a federal holiday. Y'all deserve it. I mean, because they went through, like, as a trans woman, I have went through a lot, but I cannot even begin to describe or even say anything in my experiences that can even compare to what my African American brothers and sisters went through at all. There's just nothing, because their ancestors, they went through a lot. And yes, there are other people in history that were of different races, ethnicities, that were slaves, and they had it very hard. Yes, I'm not taking that away from them, but in the South, particularly with African American slavery, it was just a bit more harsh. I feel like it was just a bit more harsh, a bit more demeaning, a bit more belittling than most of the other slaveries were. As each type of different things in history, they all bear differences. They're all done differently. Not every slavery is done the same. Not every movement is done the same. Not every anything is done the same way. But the fact of the matter is, African American slavery was about the most roughest of the slaveries that there was. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So again, happy Juneteenth to my African American, beautiful African American brothers and sisters in the Lord's blood. May you flourish, and may you accomplish all your hopes and dreams and goals and aspirations, and may you live a long, beautiful, wonderful life. And I hope you got to enjoy this Juneteenth 2024 safely and with nothing but love and happiness. On to my polyamory discussion. Polyamory. Wow, some of that can kind of actually stem into the female African American slavery, because a lot of, and actually I feel like I want to say all of the married, or all of the white slave owners were married men. And those married men that were slave owners, those married white men that were slave owners, you bet, they had their wife and they had their side pieces. They were sleeping with their housekeeper or their nanny, their African American housekeeper, their African American maid or cook, or, I'm very well certain that they were. And I even believe that at some points that these different ones, I'm sure they even developed some kind of feelings of love or fell in love with them or some type of connection of feelings in some kind of way. And there is your definition of polyamory. Polyamory is when a person is in one relationship with one person, a committed relationship, particularly marriage in this example we'll use, and they have side partners, girlfriends, or even fiancés, because it's illegal to have multiple wives or multiple husbands. So you have people that they're married to one person, and then they have another one's their girlfriend or boyfriend, and then they have another one that they'll go as far as getting engaged, and that's because they'll divorce the first one they were married to, but still stay in a relationship with their ex-spouse. Get this, their ex-spouse. Stay in a relationship with them, but they'll divorce them so they can be married to their other partner that they're with. And according to this show that I was watching with an old friend of mine, it was called Seeking Sister Wives. And we also watched the other version, Seeking Brother Husbands. And these men on Seeking Sister Wives and these women on Seeking Brother Husbands, they had their husband, they had their wife, and then they would divorce that husband and divorce that wife, but stay in a loving relationship with them, and they would go to their next partner, and they would marry them, and then so on and so forth through all their partners until they, you know, I guess, I don't know when it stops. Honestly, didn't watch very much more of it. It bothered my spirit, because polyamory is not something I would ever accept into the LGBT community as a term, as a identity, as anything whatsoever. Because you see, this is how I feel on polyamory. I feel like polyamory was originally started by men, by white men in particular, as a way to make cheating okay, as an excuse to make cheating okay. They didn't want to be labeled, as, having an infidelity. They didn't want to be labeled as, that's the word I'm trying to find, adulterer. They didn't want to be labeled as an adulterer. So to keep from being labeled as an adulterer and breaking commandments or laws or anything, the white man, or I'm sure any colored man back in those days, but mainly starting with white men, said let's call it poly. Let's give it a label and call it poly. Or call it polygamy, polygamous, polyamory or polygamous. That's the two different words for it. And they said, let's call it that. So that way our wives can't say that we're cheating, because technically we're not. I love my wife just as much as I love my girlfriend. Or the woman says, I love my husband just as much as I love my boyfriend. So it's not cheating. Cheating would be if I go out and sleep with this person or that person and I have no feelings for them, and or don't love them or don't want to be in a relationship with them, then that's cheating. But when I go sleep with that person and I love them, and or I have feelings for them at least, and I'm in a relationship with them, that's polyamory, that's polygamous. No, there's no way to spin it. Whether you sleep with them just for the fun of it, or you sleep with them because you have feelings for them, If you're married to someone else already, or engaged to someone else, or downright, let's just call it, even if you're committed to someone else, whatever label you want to put on it, down to the point of, if you're committed to someone else and you go out to this different person, your neighbor per se, let's use that example, and not only sleep with them, but develop some type of feelings or even fall in love with them or whatever, that is cheating. You can't very well say, oh, well, if I went and slept with my neighbor, darling, or our neighbor, my darling wife, or my darling husband, then if I just went and slept with them and that's it, no feelings, no attachments, no anything whatsoever, then you can call that cheating. But I developed feelings for them, or I fell in love with them, or I have a special side relationship with them, and then I have my committed relationship with you. So, darling, this is not cheating. This is polyamory. No, again, it's cheating any way you go about it, because God said in the Bible, love thy neighbor. Yes, most definitely love thy neighbor. But there is a point to that. There's a point of love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor, yes. Be nice, be kind. That's what that means in loving thy neighbor. Be nice, be kind. God means love thy neighbor when he's referencing that to a person that is married, or, like I said, just plain out in a committed, loving relationship is how we'll put it. He doesn't mean for them to love thy neighbor by going to sleep with thy neighbor. He doesn't mean boink your neighbors, even though you have a wife or a husband at home. But yeah, go boink your neighbor and have feelings for them or fall in love with them, and that's okay. But now don't go boink your neighbor and then leave them, basic hit it and quit it, no strings attached, no commitments, no feelings, no nothing. Now don't go and do that, because that's cheating. But it's okay to go and sleep with your neighbor if you have feelings for them, or if you want to be in a relationship with them too as well. No, it's not okay. It's not okay to have a sister wife. It's not okay to have a brother husband. Now, it's okay to, again, love thy neighbor. That means to spread love to all of everyone, not just your friends and family, to everyone. Spread love to everyone. But love meaning kindness, care, compassion, basic human decency. Not love thy neighbor by, oh, I'm a married man and I'm going to go love thy neighbor by sleeping with that neighbor and developing feelings for him or falling in love with him and even getting in a relationship with him. Divorcing my wife to be with them and still staying with my wife and making her okay with it. Or the wife that goes and does it to their husband and divorces that husband and then ends up making their husband okay with it, because then their husband has their side partner themselves already. So let's make it a whole big group thing. That is not okay. That is still committing infidelity. That is still adultery. That is still a sin against God. So again, folks, when God says love thy neighbor, he means love them through kindness and compassion and understanding and respect. He doesn't mean to go boink your neighbor as a married or, again, as a person in a loving, committed relationship whether it be man and woman, woman and woman, man and man, whoever, doesn't matter. Two people in a loving, committed relationship, it should be just them two people, and that's it. That's what God's saying. But he's not saying to love thy neighbor by going out and plowing them and developing feelings and strings attached, and even fall in love with them and even having relationships with them while you're already in a loving, committed, serious relationship already. He's not telling you that the love thy neighbor term or love thy neighbor thing that he mentions, he's not meaning it in that way. So again, there's no reasoning or no explanation. There's nothing you can use to justify love thy neighbor or any type of anything at all. You cannot use any of that at all to justify polyamory as being okay, because it is not okay. It is in fact a created excuse to make cheating okay, and cheating is not okay. So therefore polyamory, polygamous, or whatever you call it, is not okay at all. And that's something that I stand firm on. I love thy neighbor. And so I have friends and family and just your everyday people that I see, that I show love through kindness and compassion and empathy and respect. That's how I show it to them, even as a single person. But either way, single or in a committed relationship, that's the way love thy neighbor goes, and that's what it means. But even in a committed relationship, I would still the same way. That's how I would love thy neighbor, through kindness and compassion and empathy and respect. My person that I'm in the committed relationship with, I will show them the same thing, but in addition to that, there will be also feelings of love, or feelings of strong commitment and things associated with a strong, committed, serious relationship to the person that I'm with. But anyone else, it's just a regular friendly love thy neighbor, through showing love through kindness, compassion, empathy, and respect. And folks, that's my feeling on polyamory. And I am going to end this video. This is going to be one of my shorter ones tonight. I wish you a happy Juneteenth once again. And I do want a little special side note. I did cover it once before, but I want to cover it again. I do want to apologize for one or two of my other videos where I was talking about thou shalt not kill as the fifth commandment in the list of God's 10 commandments. I apologize for that. The thou shalt not kill is actually the 6th commandment in God's law of 10, not the 5th. Smoke a lot of weed, not gonna lie, it's my medication, so please don't judge. So my memory's not the greatest all the time, but again, yes, it's the 6th commandment. And I mentioned the thou shalt not kill in my video on abortion, because abortion is killing God's gift. So let's end abortion. Let's ban the GD word. Let's spread love, not hate. Remember, God is for all of creation. Human lives matter. I love you all. Have a wonderful, amazing night. And I'll see you again on my next episode of Enough is Enough. Good night. Love you.